The Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Ready, break.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Ready.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Down. 70, Indy.
Watch 54. Watch 54. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Fair. Fight.
Now a handoff looking right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12.
Ready.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, here we go. Shift.
Protein spill.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here we go on second and 12. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be third and 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Go now. 18, Gator. Smooth.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch.
Looking to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
80 weapon.
Check Mike 50.
Go.
You go night. Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
Blue draw, hit it.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Henry running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Switch.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Check. Lucky. Out. Watch the safety creep.
Here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
3rd and 11.
Watch the screen. Check.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Check.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Watch the twist.
To throw is Jackson. To throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap. Check. Check. 36.
Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Watch the Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Ross, complete. Catch number 44 of on the year. It's a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's 2nd down now. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 18-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Let's get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
But it brings up 4th down.
And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Todd Gurley unable to get it past the line. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
60 Pittsburgh.
Walk 54. Here I come. Kill.
Yes. Big rip.
Now they try the right side here.
You ain't doing nothing today.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Mike 54. It's our time.
Rock it. Go. Now.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
brings up 3rd and 4.
Set up. 60 outlaw.
I know he ain't got it.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Set, ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Switch it, switch it, switch it.
General West. Ready, ready.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there. Picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Topper, Topper.
Sponge.
A first down carry for Henry. Runs over him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
54. Nice, sweetheart. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
We got Greystone, travel.
Check safety, check safety.
Yo, go. Go, fire.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Look at me. Go.
Now a handoff looking right. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Ready. 60 or.
Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Shoot.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Hey, team 6. Shoot.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here. But I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll they'll take this back down inside the 20.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Down. 90, Wolf.
54. Mike, 54. All right.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
6 guys. Check 6
And they'll
guys.
work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
At the 15-yard line.
Ready?
Following the
70,
pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming.
Now.
Mike, 54.
2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah.
Big dribble.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Check Mike, 54.
Hey. Snap.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
We go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
56 to Mike. 56 is
Go.
too low.
Get it.
They'll throw now on the final play. Got a man open. It's Sutton. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. John Ross, 79 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Hey, high 7. Hey! Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You better be afraid of me. That's it. 51, Mike. Mike 51. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Oh.
From the gun, Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check 31, check 31. 53 to Mike, 53.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This is taken at the 18. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
65. Check 24. Check 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check right. Slam.
Right back to him on first down. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bronco score. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That's it, baby.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Check 3.
Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Watch out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, How about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option?
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Henry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but 4th down coming up.
A gain of 6 yards.
And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's move.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Mike 50.
Look at me. Zipper.
54 is Mike. 54 is
Zipper.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 26-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Give these tracks. Let's go.
2nd and 2. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Don't be mad. Don't be
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From the 27, Jackson, a pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 27-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Jackson operating from the gun. And that's complete to Cooks. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Check, 53's Mike. I got him. Kill. Turn it up. You go tight. You got tight right there. Under crunch. 53's the Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Now they try the right side here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We played to win.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Go. 5.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the depth under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Denver, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch.